Hi all, welcome to another Chess24 Banter Blitz. Okay, so let's have a look at the voucher code screen in a moment. Yep. So the voucher code Kingscrusher can be used to get a whopping 15% off. And you can even challenge the world champion sometimes. He streams quite a lot recently. You just turn up like 30 minutes is good beforehand, and it goes on our list of challenges which we can pick off later. Easy as that. It goes on our list. So yeah, there's a lot of grandmasters and even the world champions challenge, as well as bunnies like me. So a wide variety to choose from. So let's go to the main challenge screen now and have a look at the challenges today. Always blame the mouse. Okay. I hope audio and visual is okay. I've been checking out a Smith Morra by Esmond book, so I'm going to play the Smith Morra. Yeah, I've just been reading about D3, and Esmond reckons just get the Moroxy bind going, so it's nothing to fear. You get the Moroxy bind, it should be okay, and that's what I like as well. I do like the Moroxy bind transition here. Yes, I'm currently checking out Esmond's excellent Mayhem in the Morra book. So this is covered. So if I played knight g3, I wonder if that's... Or should I just encourage this bishop to exchange off? Okay. And get the king off that diagonal. I'm wondering actually CD E5. I thought D5 might have been possible because I didn't prepare E5 there. That might have been an inaccuracy to play King H1. I might have had the binds breaking D5. Now here I think it should be some attacking potential with, for example, Queen E2 and E5. The snag is D, E, F, E, knight takes. Is one snag, I think, because queen takes d3. Let's try and get that working, I think, somehow. Okay, no need at the moment. Just keep that iron grip on d5. And maybe knight h5, take out a key defender. That looks promising. d4's, yeah, for sure, sensitive. But if I take out this key defender, maybe there's a form potential, as mentioned there. There's a potential f6 in the air, especially knight d5, which seems to be unchallengeable at the moment. Knight d5. I guess knight b3 taking on c1. Can I interfere with that plan with knight d5 off of the rook, f6, g takes? Is that something? Or do I need to be bothered by that? I wonder if I can do something exotic like knight d5 here. Yeah, I think just for your entertainment, f6, rook f6, queen h6 I'm looking at for knight f6. Okay, there's no check at the moment. So I just want rook f6 and queen h6. Although, okay. Now knight takes, there's f takes, full king, queen and rook. Am I playing this in a dumb way, actually? Just wondering. It's always possible. Bishop e6 is possible. Blockade. This doesn't look that easy. Knight f5. Okay, there's rook g5. All right, I'm on f7 here actually. Could I double? Okay, if I double, maybe. Okay, so rook h5 coming up, unless there's anything. Okay, c5 for bishop c4. I think g3. Okay, there's queen. Okay, it's getting a bit troublesome. Rook f2. Must admit, it's getting a bit troublesome. I hate to admit it. King g1, bishop c4. How is this endgame if I just took? Alright, I'll just take, try and get this center file. What am I doing here? King g1, bishop e2. Or g3 for bishop e, not bishop e2. I think king coming to f3. I've got a sort of light square grip. I think that's all I've got at the moment. A light square grip. Maybe that's all I need at the moment. Maybe g4, h4, g5. Does that pronounce the grip? When I say pronounce the grip, I mean... Okay, what's this? Right, did he need to give up on that pawn? Because, I don't know, I've got two connected passed pawns here. Alright, it's a bit dangerous though. For bishop b6 for sure. There's king e2, rook c2, rook d2 is at one point now. So okay, I think given that, I'll try this anyway. I'm banking on rook d2 here. There's also f6 hanging and a5. These are still, I mean, there's still an outside passed pawn. Okay, let's extinguish this rook e3. Try and extinguish rook e3. Okay, king g4 looks more exotic. I don't know if I'm getting mated there with king g4. I would hope not. There's light squares. He hasn't got a light square bishop. Can I make a run for it with a5, rook b3, a6, rook b4, a7? I don't know. Alright, this one. He's always got rook b3 though. Alright, is he not giving me two connected passed pawns potentially? If I played bishop e2, can I not just celebrate two connected passed pawns now? Because I thought he'd try and take out the b pawn at least. I thought that was the idea, to take out the b pawn with rook b3. It's going to be slightly slow to gang up on g3 surely. a6, a7, or b5, b6 maybe for b7. Okay, do I get obliterated on g3 with h1 bishop f2? Or do I get time to do something about that? That's interesting. Let's say h4 b6 bishop f2. I can defend against bishop f2 right now with bishop f1. Is it needed? It's probably... Okay, I've only got 35 seconds though. I want to play b6. I think it's pre-move time. Really? Did I just blunder a rook? It's possible. I just blundered a rook thinking it's pre-move time. Oh well. Yeah, I think I did just blunder a rook there. Oh well. Thanks to the game. Yeah, that was pretty exciting. Okay, Jetzel. Let's try knight f3 quiet. Jetzel can be very dangerous. So I'll play for e4 and queen e2. So Fischer used this kind of King's Engine attack up to about 15, I think. Maybe he was secretly preparing all the highly theoretical stuff, but was playing the King's Engine attack as a sort of, it seemed to be a high cost benefit opening. Not too much theory to learn, generally. I think black's doing fine, unfortunately, for me, at the moment. Unfortunately for me, black is doing fine here. In fact, bishop e2, there's knight a4. Is it worth trying to do something about that? Giving up the b4 square doesn't seem appetizing. If I do this in preparation for bishop a1, that seems rather passive. In fact, I would probably want the bishop on g5. Okay, if I go here. The bishop still has g5 potential. Any knight g5, there's knight d4. Okay. Oh, that looks nasty. Ooh, that looks really nasty. I'd rather sack the exchange, I think, than lose that pawn. There's a potential pass pawn there. So I'm already on the back foot now. I had to play this dynamic move now. I need to play very quickly. Oh dear. Anything for bishop d2? Even going for bishop d2 rather. What about bishop d3? Hang on a sec. Bishop d3 might be something. Just to secure a bit the c file and the blockade against that pass pawn and some attacking potential. Bishop d3. Bishop d2 is a kind of eviction notice, I hope. Oh, he's going to play rook a3. Did I not do it in time? Oh no. Uh-oh. Cruise. Rook h1. Queen h4 plan. Rook h1, queen h4. Oh, don't tell me he's taking this out. Hang on, isn't there bishop g5 to f6? Alright, rook c3, there's queen h4 for queen h8. Oh, he's taking it out. Is there queen h4 here? There's queen b7, unfortunately. Can I play king h2 here? No. F3, oh, there's rook c3, blimey. No, queen d4. No, queen f3. Okay, maybe the king h2 in the circumstances was okay, because of rook c3, basically. I think I can do this. I hope I can do this. There's always queen h5. Check. Taking queen h5 check. Alright, I go for queen a8 check. Oh. And that helps the cause. Yeah, it's tricky. He's taken me apart before. It's a very dangerous opponent, that one. Now, there's a hungry lion here wanting to beat me after... I think I've had some luck. Okay. Let's try this. Close Sicilian territory. There's a plan here. It was in a chess club magazine to get a knight to h5 by Chris Jones or something. Bonnet Chess Club. It was one of the newsletters. He mentioned this knight g3 to h5 plan. As a sort of wide closed variation, has some teeth to it. Because if they played this, you get the d5 square. If they play this, you get the h5 square. So what do you do with h5? Get a knight to here and try and get rid of this guy. It seems pretty logical anyway. Alright, so there's potential use of g-file. With rook g1 and knight f6, potentially. Right, I could take on to protect h5. I could protect b2 here. I think. Okay, the knight's slightly loose, so bishop f3 or something is needed, or not. Maybe knight g3 and bishop h5 come in later as ideas, or bishop d2 and c3 is another idea, or queen e1, and that looks at e6. If a bishop ever moved, e6 might be more of an issue. Okay, if he takes, then he's taking out. I think this is a liability, this knight right now. Any rook e8, there's bishop h5 skewing. So can I tempt that with queen e1? What if I just played bishop e3? Would there be a frontal attack on the e file? Bishop e3, say takes, e5 is difficult. I play rook a, e1, it looks comfortable. If there's bishop e3, does he play bishop g7? Alright, he stops bishop e3 anyway, okay. There. Can I at least play for rook? Oh no, I can't even play rook a1. I can play b3, but I weaken c3. Oh. Alright, I'm going to give him something, the c3 square, so I can play this. e5, there's queen takes d5. I don't want to drop b2 for nothing. Okay, so I have given him a dark square bishop. There is a check here. Oh, are my pawns crumbling? There's knight e2 though. Let's see, ef, knight f4, queen g5, rook g1. Have I got anything there? Rook g1. I can also take the bishop, but rook, let's imagine this position. So ef, knight f4, queen g5, rook g1. Okay, I'm hoping there's some attacking potential there. Maybe on g8. Oh, there's bishop e5. Okay, there's rook g1. There's always queen e5 and knight g6 as well to think about. If you played like h6, there's queen e5 and knight g6. Aside from that, I'm not threatening h4, h5, you can just take. Okay, so queen, if I played queen f3, well, I just want a 2-to-1 pawn majority. Even if he took and queen e5, I've got a 2-to-1 pawn majority there. So even if I'm a pawn down, I don't think it's that bleak with the clock advantage. Especially, maybe g6 is dangerous for his king. G6 around here looks plausible. Almost. Although does he play h6 and that pawn's loose? Is there any other way of being tricky here? Fawn pawn, queen h4, maybe queen h4. And so I play this. So queen e5, rook g2 is a nasty pin. Okay, fair enough. I can give my king g1. f5 looks like a target. So king's got g1 at least. f5 a target. Okay, I've got f4 again. I've got h4 on the cards. Oh, does he play h6? Oh, hang on. Alright, this is getting a bit nasty, but... Can I play this, or is it getting a bit nasty? Is there an entry point rook e1, rook e7? If he plays rook g5, hg, rook g6, I play rook e1. He plays queen d4, cd. Rook e7, I pick out a7. Alright, so somehow I've got to transition into a reasonable ending here. How is that actually possible? Rook f3. Hang on. I think I keep the queens on again. I mean, that's the trick here. Is it? Nope. Maybe not. Maybe there's queen b7. Okay, he's going to take rook g6. There's queen b7. At least. He plays rook f7. Alright, queen h5, there's rook h8. I could play this anyway just to test it for a moment. Oh. Oh no. I think I'm doomed. Oh no. Yeah. Yeah. Oh no. Sorry guys. Sorry. I feel bad. I thought I was going to give him this win, and then he just did this. Come on. It was there. It was in the bag. I was only putting up a token resistance. I think it's the clock pressure which does this. I just realised my fate was sealed here. In a technical sense, it's been sealed. Because king g1, there's queen h1, isn't there? Funny. Ha ha. Queen, what's the mate here? Rook h3. And yeah, it's shocking coordination with queen a1 on e1 here. So my token resistance plan is just to give up the queen now. Is there a quick way of checkmating here? Nearly. Near miss. Okay. Okay, Christoph Kegels. There's one great gift, 2 great gifts, 3 great gifts, 4 great gifts. Sorry, I wanted you to win as well, Chapper, as well. I was thinking it didn't matter if you won, you know, you need to win. I didn't know you. Okay, 5 great gifts, 6 great gifts, 7 great gifts, 8 great gifts, 9 great gifts. Okay, I'm going to abort this. Let's get this queue going. I'm going to abort this. It was nearly there. Okay. All right, yeah, you're in Canada, right? Okay, that explains the connection then. Speed. Okay. Take with G3. I can't. My knight's trapped, is it? That's very funny. Ha ha. A6. Amusing. Okay. Otherwise, I'm losing a pawn. Great. Wonderful stuff. Now, ABCB, knight d5. Okay. I don't have to lose a pawn necessarily. F4, G4, knight G3, G5 plan. So knight G3 and G4, G5, or knight D5, G5 from, or knight F5. What is wrong with knight F? That looks a bit juicy. as Ben Feingold would say, knight F5. Okay, or the originator, some Greek grandmaster. Actually, I've been told. I should find out about a bit more about that. Okay, so knight F6 here. Knight F6 seems plausible because anytime he takes this G file, looks as though it's going to be interesting. Although my E4 is really weak. My E4 is really weak. Could that be fatally weak? It's possible. But he already takes it out there. Well, E4 dropped. I still have the G file. Although, yeah, I think F5, I was going to say, F5 was... That's a bit careless, knight E4. The only thing I had going for me was the G file. Okay, so rook F7. Any rook G8 takes, there's always a knight G5. Rook F7, knight F6 is bishop F6. So I think I do this. I can seesaw my way to let's take a look at this with Queen G1, King F7, Queen G6, King E7, Queen E6. Isn't that checkmate? Just check this again. Queen G1, King F7, Queen G6, check. There's not too many replies. King E7, Queen E6. Isn't that checkmate? The king hasn't got escapes on D8 or F8. Okay, just once more. Queen G1, King F7, Queen G6. It looks as though there's only King E7. Queen E6 is checkmate. Okay, let's try it. Okay, in that case. Oh, okay, I'll take that. I'll do this in this case. Let's check there. Okay, there's rook G6 on rook F6. Unless there's something stronger with rook G8, Queen G8, bishop F6. There's King H7 there. Rook G6 seems simple and strong. Okay, so the check, then rook G7. Just keep it going with the checks. Okay, rook H7, Queen G7. Primo Queen G7. Okay, fence the game. Yeah, my center did collapse there. Yeah. Okay, just one mistake there with the G file. It could be fatal. Okay, so one Greek gift, two Greek gifts, three. Did I miss a mate in one again? Ah, okay. Four Greek gifts, five Greek gifts, six Greek gifts, seven Greek gifts, eight Greek gifts, nine Greek gifts, 10 Greek gifts. Okay, I think. Oh, okay, just in time. Smith Morrow Gamut. Smith Morrow Gamut. Esmond's got the structures covered in his Mayhem in the Morrow book. Shaveningen structures, Chicago defences with Rook A7 to D7. Yeah, he's documented all the major defensive tries. The Feingold system is something like the Shaveningen with A6 and B5. The Shaveningen pawn structure with A6 and B5 thrown in. Apparently, well, I'm getting into it anyway. It's fascinating. Is there like Knight A4? He does leave the killjoy till the end. The Knight F6 declines, method, which fills me with dread. Probably it annoys him as well that exists. So E4, C5, D4, CD, C3, Knight F6. Pain for the gambeteer, annoyance and pain for the gambeteer, wanting mayhem on the chessboard and instead getting Knight F6. So Bishop D6 and E5. Well, okay, Knight E5 is possible here, isn't it? Isn't there also like Queen H5 or Rook D6? Rook D6 looks tasty. But also Queen H5 looks pretty tasty. As tasty goes. Queen H5 and double the rooks. Now my rook's hanging right now, but I'm going to move it. And that would be an embarrassing back row mate. I'm hoping I don't do a mouse slip on my next move, because otherwise I could be back row mated. Please don't let me do a mouse slip. Okay, now he's on D1, but D1 is protected by a few things, so I'll just do this. Okay, I think this looks good. I think I've got a small advantage here. So bishop takes E7 and rook D7 with the idea of mating on F7. Queen E8 doesn't quite work. Rook D7 is tempting because there's always bishop B5 at the end of that. I think I will take there. Now imagine there's bishop B5, knight C6. There's queen F7 there. And again, I haven't got a risk of being back row mated yet. I'll take this guy off. I'll take this guy off. And queen F7. Take this guy off. Okay. Thanks for the game. You on? Olaf. This is supposedly more precise than knight c3 because on g6 you can play c3. Yeah, this Grandmaster I think mentioned that. So knight g5 could be entertaining as opposed to simplification. I've seen this weird line. I was curious about it. Knight f3 to e5. I think I've at least seen Adams on the black side of a Caro-Kann winning from this system with a timely c5. I do remember other games, but sometimes it's impressive how these knights arrange themselves on e5. I don't even know what this land's called. I think there are variations where h6 and g5 happens. Here it seems I've got a sort of comfortable bind at one level at least. But there's always c5. I think c5 is a key idea to undermine e5 later for black. c5 is usually a key idea for undermining. I could just release that tension with DC and then black gets that C file to play with. Is there a hack attack method here? On knight e5, it looks as though he's too comfortable with knight d5 coming up. Unless there's really g4 and h4, well maybe I could think like that. That there might be a possibility of g4 and h4. Not to give my opponent such a peaceful time. There's always knight b4 hitting c2. And it's a bit slow, this g4 and h4 idea. Knight d5. What's the evil intention here? Okay, what's going on here? Why didn't he just play knight d5? Why can't I play just h3 here? Is the idea queen h4, knight f2 for queen c4 by any chance? h3, queen h4, there's g3. Alright, I'm missing it, okay. Queen h4, g3. But if there's knight h6, isn't there g4? And that knight seems misplaced. Queen h4, g3. Let's look at knight f2 just to get some security on tactics in this position. Some emotional security. Knight f2, queen f2. No, I don't see it. Right, so g4 seems positional in a way. Just to hem that knight in. Okay, he might have f6 later. Doesn't that weaken e6? If I just try and castle queenside, bishop d2, bishop c2, would I be bothered about that? There's bishop h6 with queen c2. I can build this bridge to castle queenside. Castle queenside? There's queen e1 for bishop a5. If I want to work on that side of the board. I don't know if queen e1 really is that impressive in other respects. If I want to sort of squish over here, f4 for f5, what would he be doing in the meantime? What about h4? There's always queen d4 for bishop e4. If I played f3, I would still have h5 as a threat. H4. What would be the response to H4? I can't see an easy one, so I'll go for it. Queen D4, F3. Holds G4. Holds E4. Queen D4, F3. Renews H5. Oh. Oh, that's a pain. Okay. Right, Bishop D5. Is there Rook B3? What? Hang on. That was just hanging. What? Ow! Why did he just give me a piece? That was an illegal move! I just played an illegal move! I just let him play an illegal move! It was just hanging! What's the matter with me? I believe people. I believe people. This is my downfall. Oh. Well, I thought I had it all in the bag. There was nothing to do, and indeed there was nothing to do. And he just leaves the piece hanging. Oh. Okay. I'm going to win this again now. This whole game again from scratch. Basically. Have I? Okay. Win the whole game from scratch. Again. Okay. I mean, maybe I imagined it. Maybe the bishop wasn't hanging. It's possible. This isn't King D2. This endgame. Oh my god. Crikey. This knight's going to escape now. Should I just damage the pawns to at least have something? Oh, I think the knight's going to come to E7 with a vengeance. Oh, great. Is there Rook D5? Is that doing anything? Gonna end up with weak pawns soon. Try and get a pawn majority. 2-1 pawn majority over there. 38 seconds. Down on the clock. Maybe with a pawn majority though. What has he done? That might have been premature. What has he done? He's just thrown it away. He's thrown everything away. A dangerous opponent. Okay, there's a song I've got on my playlist, I'm Only Human. It's a very good one for chess. It's on my music playlist. If you do Kingscrusher music on a Google search, there's it's on the playlist, I'm Only Human by, do you know the one? I Make Mistakes. Don't Blame Me or something. Someone, I think he's got a girlfriend that blames him for everything. I think he's fed up with it. At one level, I think it's just to stop blaming me, I'm only human. Who does that song? Does anyone know? That's good for that game. I'm only human. Don't blame me. Oh. Okay. Is Friedel going to fry me if I castle queenside? Am I going to be fried castling queenside? Knight. Okay, bishop g5. Unless I want my bishop trapped. On the other hand, c5. Right now. I'm only human. I'm bad at remembering lyrics. Okay. Bishop takes. People do this to me. I hate it when I'm playing black. They put their bishop on that painful diagonal. And d6. Torture. d6. And something. Well, it looks mostly like torture for black. I think if I play d6. And knight d5, crashing through with d7 potentially. So poking at b6 here. Oh, hang on, it's not that easy. He's got bishop e6, hasn't he? Oh, it's not that easy. Muppets. Why would it be that easy? I'm offering g4 all the time. I suppose that's a source of confusion. If I drop the bishop back for a moment, there's always e4. Okay, g5. Does g5 do anything? Sort of, no. G takes. I'll try g takes. Trying to get something on his king, some aspect, some angle on his king. G-file. I could start with bishop c4 check. Or do I play bishop d4? Play this for knight f5. Bishop d4. Alright, is there bishop a3? I'm on the defensive though. That's really unfortunate, isn't it? That looks like winning a piece. Everything's coordinating really well for black. I'm a goner here, aren't I? That went pear-shaped quick. I thought I had something earlier and now it's gone total destruction. Totally destruction. Time. Queen f4. There's not too much of a chance here. Can I use rook c? Oh, I thought you'd play rook c7. Well, there was rook c. Okay. I was just thinking rook c1. No, okay. He could just take in the bishop. Yeah, I'm aware of that. I didn't think I had anything to do. So if you have nothing to do, you end up doing something which is bad because there was nothing to do anyway. And that's the logic of that one. Okay. But the opponent's got to be there to pounce on that. There was nothing to do anyway, so okay. Rook E1. Trying to get in rook E7 on a good day. Rook E7. Is bishop B3 plausible or not? Bishop F1 because he might play A5. No, Queen A5. All right, Bishop B3 might be plausible as well. Might be. Okay. Oh, crikey, I thought I had this. Don't I? Isn't there rook E7? Trying to get my own pawn doing something. Isn't there bishop F7 or something? Or Queen A8 for Queen G8. Queen A8 looks dangerous. Or Queen D8 kind of also looks dangerous. Hitting the Queen. Queen D8. I'll go with Queen D8. That was Queen G8. I didn't deserve this one whatsoever. It was all over by the shouting. It was all over. There are elements of psychology in chess that he believes me for some reason that this is a move when it's not a move. It's not a move. It just takes. But I didn't see what else to do. If I sacrifice my queen, there's always D3 after. It doesn't look that glamorous, this position. In fact, taking and then D3 doesn't look that glamorous. Okay, swiftly moving on. Okay. Okay, I've been lucky today. Okay, bunny ears. Even though no one won yet, I'm showing the bunny ears. Okay. You've made a bunny out of me today, you guys. Even though I've swindled you in the end. Sorry. Even though I've won on time, I'll swindle you in the end. Okay. But no, well played. Yeah. I did say the premium membership. You can play a classy player called Magnus Carlsen. He blunders far less than anyone else at the moment. He's approaching 2,900 FIDE. It's well worth the price of a premium membership to play someone who's nearly 2,900 FIDE. Yeah, and especially at faster time controls, I think he's even better relative to anyone else. So we're talking potentially the strongest world champion at Blitz ever in the history of mankind. So premium membership, challenge Magnus Carlsen. It's well worth it, yeah. Oh dear. F5, F4. I think Magnus Carlsen's bullet chess is stronger than a lot of FM's and IM's blitz chess. As so they say, so the legends say. Okay, so F4, is F4 possible? Is F4 possible for knight F5 or not? Am I going to get done over? Am I going to get done over if I play this? Is knight f5 plausible before the queen makes an entry with queen h5? Queen h5. Queen h5. Right, rook f6 to g6. I seem to have the queen leaning over his king rather than his queen leaning over my king, and that's the way I like it. That's the way I like it. Okay, so rook f6, rook g6. Knight e4, rook g6. I'm still holding d6 there. So I'm threatening bishop h3. He plays king h2. There is knight e7. He plays bishop b7. Oh, it's like that, is it? Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! That's so unfair. That's really just unfair. Did not see that move. Hang on, if I play king takes, that might be better. Not to give g4 up in a hurry. So b6, change of plan, b6, and then c6 is loose. Somehow I want my rook on the g file. What about just king h7, bishop h8, rook g8? Then when he plays knight d6, I have bishop h3. Okay, this gives me d4 on the plate, doesn't it? He's not really giving me a juicy knight on d4, is he? And a juicy pawn with f3. This is not happening, is it? And his rooks they don't seem to have that much activity. In fact, there does seem to be bishop takes h3 here. Because how would you defend knight f3 if I played bishop h3 immediately? But f3 also seems very tasty. But bishop h3 does seem like convincing in some respect. Because bishop h3, gh, queen h3. How does he stop knight f3? I don't necessarily see it. Don't see it. There's going to be a form pawn here. Bishop b2, bishop g2 threatens mate in 1. King g2, f3 form pawn. And form pawn for the win. King g1, queen g4, mating on g2. Let's say g takes. Let's have a look at these defenses. All right, bishop g2 is just very forcing. Threatening mate in 1. There's f3 check. And mating on the form pawn. Is he going to give up his queen? No, form pawn for the mate. Or not. Queen h3, not queen g4, knight g3. But queen h3 looks more effective. When I say more effective, it looks like the assassin's move, the professional assassin, as opposed to the amateur assassin. Queen h3 looks more professional. There's no defense. Queen h3. There's no knight g5. There's no knight f6. Form pawn looks pretty convincing. On that note, queen h3 then. And queen g2, I don't think there was any defense. Right, thanks to the game there. Okay. All right, the book on how to win lost positions, really, I'll tell you the forward to it. I believe chess is so rich in possibilities. It's like an astronomically high-resolution monitor. Now, the evidence for that is we have this FIDE rating system, and even grandmasters can slip up. The resolution of resources on the chessboard means, as Tartakower says, all the blunders are waiting there to be made. I think that's what he meant, in a way. All the blunders are just waiting to be made. Tartakower. Check out his other quotations, yeah? I believe, because of this high resolution of chess, there's no need to give up in a chess position. Yeah? Because there's always resources, generally. I mean, your positional opponents will try and shut you down, to try and stop your counterplay, to try and minimize all the risks. But generally, there is good swindle capability, and I have swindled even in over the board games quite strong players on occasion. Because psychologically also, there's an upside. If someone's winning, they're also more complacent. So you can tap into psychology as well. Because when someone's complacent, they're not looking out for this, as I say, gigantic resolution of resources that exist on the chessboard. The swindle potential goes up even more than you might expect if someone's kind of relaxed. Oh, I've got this in the bag. And they let their guard down. Because chess is a really cruel game. That's why I believe, you can spend a whole lifetime studying chess. It's just, so from a psychological point of view, I mean, if chess was an easy game, you could have winning positions, right? And just win, right? But that's the whole beauty of it. It's a game which is so vast that you can't let your guard down in winning positions, and you can exploit the reverse in losing positions. Blitz chess is even worse. We're basically dancing on thin ice with blitz chess. Very little time to calculate. Most of the decisions made at an intuitive level are not really backed up by concrete analysis. Against many players here, if I spend too long, I'll lose on time, and that goes in reverse. So that trade-off all the time between time and the clock and how much you can analyze, then your intuition for the patterns helps. It's a fascinating game, isn't it? So bishop e3, knight g3. Yeah, Tartakower had some fantastic notation. He said the winner of the game is the person who makes the next to last mistake. And he also said chess is a fairy tale, I think, of 1,001 blunders. It's fantastic. He did talk about blunders a lot. Okay, so bishop d2 and knight g3. Okay, so if I play rook d1 and knight g3, I think I'm trying to emphasize light square weaknesses here. I was looking for some amazing abstraction recently, because I'm a programmer as well. I've been looking at these go-to conferences, and in particular looking at all the design videos, and I'm thinking, okay, I like looking for patterns between videos. And my favourite lectures on there is when they do simply talk about trade-offs, that even in software design, it's often all about trade-offs. And in chess, it's about trade-offs. The faster the time limit, you're making the trade-off between accuracy and the practicalities of not losing on time or winning on time. This continual trade-off concept, because there's no chess and programming, it's not hard science. It's not like biology. It's not factual. And even the no's, they're not that hard. Theories get disproven sometimes. But I think when we're talking about man-made sciences, I think the notion of trade-offs is hugely important, a very powerful notion. So, okay, rook f1 for knight e4. Okay, so e4 and knight f5. e4 and knight f5. The thing is, I'm not going to be able to use f5 that easily, am I? Because there's no knight h4 to f5. Okay, this is spelling out some trouble for me now. So no d4. DC is a penalty of a pawn. Lesser evil move. We're going to lesser evil move sometimes when everything seems bad. A3. It's not to lose a pawn. Okay. Can I... Oh, okay, I'm going to go into a skewer at this rate with bishop c4 or a self pin. I can choose my torture method. I'll go into the self pin. My preferred self-torture method. Self pin. In fact, there is a weakness at the last move. I think knight f5 is available now. In fact, can I, whilst the self pin isn't totally lethal, I could play bishop b1. And can I swing my queen to g3 via, not f2, but via e1 to g3? Queen e1 to g3. Does it matter about knight f5? I can reinforce that with knight h4. This looks awkward, but I'll do it to reinforce the knight f5. Knight on f5. Okay, so queen e1, queen g3 will be a way to coordinate that knight on a common attacking square. Queen going to g3. Now, what does this symbolize, this position? Put this back. I'll take the queen now. Time pressure has crept in. Thanks for the game. Okay. Frankie, 4 fingers. Try this quiet approach in the opening. Okay, so I castle and knight bd2 and e4. By the way, if any of you are Greek and you want a chess t-shirt, I've got this great one. Beware of Greeks current gifts. It's the Greek gift. It's classic. I thought it was funny anyway, so check that out. Yeah, I'll give a link in the description of the video. Beware of Greeks bearing gifts. Yeah, a Greek gift. It's a funny one. It had to be done. Okay. Bishop d2, knight c4. Is bishop d2 and knight c4 of any interest here? Does he just play d5? It looks as though I've got a sort of I hate to say the word passive. Okay, a4, is that possible to put a stop to queenside aggressions? Oh, there's knight e4. Knight e4 is threatened. So knight c4 here, okay. It's getting to be a pain. Okay, c4 then, concession time. c4 against knight e4. I need to make concessions. d4 square now. b3. b3. Do I just want to give an undermining target for nothing? Mind you, b3, okay, a3, maybe I've got a point. It's not going to be easy to undermine this pawn chain, surely, with a4. If I'm playing rook b1, entry point on a2, it doesn't seem that significant right now. I might be wrong about that. I can always play rook b2, that entry point on a file. Can I do something about d4? Bishop c1 to b2? Try and do something about d4 here. He's going for a4. He's going for a4. Bishop b2. Oh, crikey. Alright, I have to start some action over here. Right, in advance. of rook a2. Is there like knight f1 to g3 for g5? Would that do anything? It would stop my h5. The knight goes back. Then I still can't do anything. Knight f1 to g3, g5, knight e8. There's nothing there. Is there? What about if I just do a sort of general pawn attack over here? How would this be reacted to? Oh. He could forcibly win my h4 pawn at this point with knight d4. Okay. I'm trying to batter down his king with h5 and g6. Try and create some dents with h5 and g6 battering ram. Oh, there's knight g4 for knight h6. There's a form pawn potential. Or do I play hg or the form pawn? I do say form pawn for the win. I could sack on c3. Alright, practice what I preach. Form pawns. The form pawn, the power of it is sometimes... Oh. Okay. It's getting horrible, this position. I was hoping for knight d5 at some point. Is that a bit optimistic that I get knight d5? Alright, do I get knight c2? There's rook. Knight c2 doesn't do anything. Knight d5, I guess, doesn't do anything. Knight e1, knight d4. Alright, let's see if I can get my queen to f6. Can I get my queen to f6? There's no point getting the queen to f6 at the moment. That knight on h5. Is there... Okay, is there bishop f3? Is there... This is looking a bit tricky. f4. He just takes that. I'm running out of pieces. He just takes that with the knight. I'm not creating too many new tricks with f4. Bishop e4 for bishop g2. Oh no, queen h3, bishop g2. There's that rook's there as well. Have I forced some sort of weird concession if he can't go back to f5 without repetition? It goes back to d7. Oh, hang on. Actually, I'm not even seeing the knight was on e1. It's good the knight's on e1, otherwise that would be checkmate. Okay, I'm nearly getting checkmated here. Okay, there's rook h1. F takes. Okay, I'm dropping. The pieces are all dropping. The pieces are all dropping. King f2 might be. I wouldn't have thought this is very good. That looks over now. I seem to have been obliterated in this game, unfortunately. I don't think there's anything going on here. So I was right to question earlier b3, I think. Thanks so much. Probably right to question b3. And he's got a positive score against me. Okay. Tell us. Came crashing down in the end. I've got my form pawn cup here, by the way. Is knight takes c6, is that plausible? Or knight e2 or knight b3? Maybe knight b3 is interesting. Well, it might be a check. If he plays a check, that could be annoying. Knight e2. I could start looking at forcing sequence there. Bishop f2, king f2, knight g4. Okay. Is there bishop g5 here? Looks as though d5 is a good target. Queen d2, d4, knight e4. Queen d2, that looks plausible in some respect. For knight e4. Now he can take on e4. Bishop e4. Okay, so bishop f4 here. And a3 for queen d3, because queen d3 does knight b4. Does that matter? Bishop h7, queen g6. Oh, there's bishop f7 there. So possibly a3 is important. For queen d3. I still think he's got some slight light square issues with that f6 pawn. I've got my own light square issues as well. Is it? Oh. King g2, there's... Oh. If I play queen f1, is that asking for trouble? Is it too passive? There's g5 on the way, potentially. Rook d1, g5. Then there's knight e5 for knight f. Right, so that could justify that. Queen c4 for queen f7. Is that a nuisance? It just plays... It could be a useful nuisance. Okay. It's knight c1. Oh, queen e1. King g2. Okay. Or maybe rook d1. Just with the idea of rook d2 after. Although he's got d3 for f2 stuff. There is knight. Okay, bishop d2, knight d2. Right, cd. What about cd? Just to put a grip on things with a pawn. Rook e2, rook d2. Knight d2, g5. Oh, there's bishop d6. Is that bishop getting trapped? What about h4 first to stop g5? Then knight d2. Right, in this case, right, I'll go with this. I think there's bishop d6 to c5 if needed. So rook e1, king g2, g5, bishop d6 to c5, I would hope is possible. Okay, so I take her, or try and put some pressure. There's, oh, a4, okay. Oh, there's knight e4. That's a nice knight. That's a nice knight, yeah. Oh, the rook c2 looks like perking up. Rook c2 perking up. So there's a check. Unless g4 knight f3 is mating, I've got to bear that in mind. And also d3 is dropping. If I'm construction with a knight on f5, that would be sort of mating, though. So I'd head for that. Knight d6, g4, knight f5. Although I'm losing f2 now as well. I play g4. Alright, so king g3. Has he got h5 or something? Play king g3 for a moment. I'm heading for knight f5. I don't know if this is in time. Well, there's also knight f7, knight h8. That would be amazing. But knight f5 for rook g7. But he plays rook f5. So maybe the other route, knight f7. If king g7, knight e5, taking on d3. Hang on, if f5. Yeah. Okay, right. Got a bit lucky there with knight h8. Yeah. Right, yeah, thanks for the games today. That was fun, as usual. Hope you enjoyed it. Check out the premium discount code, 15% off, voucher code Kings, plural, Crusher. And yeah, have a good rest of Sunday. Quick tips, given there's 2 minutes to kill, 1 minute. Visualization, I think, is overrated without checking out the weaknesses of every last move. So when you visualize in advance, I'm telling students, everyone I coach at the moment, weaknesses of the last move. If you integrate that with any visualization, you get all the opportunities that arise. If a rook moves from A to B, what does it neglect is the key question. Pawn moves, what does it neglect? So any visualizations, I think weakness of the last move is really important. Checking all the checks is really important, generally. Checking for any mate in one threats, anything where the opponent has to respond, high priority, forcing moves, need to be calculated. Okay, thanks. See you next week. Thanks very much.